What's up, everyone? So, just making sure that you guys can hear me and the stream is all good. All right. All right, what's up, everyone? This is one of those days where we have a very soft market. Just let's just see what can we do today. Oh, okay. Good. All right. What's up, everyone? Ryan here. And today is one of those days where we have a very soft cryptocurrency market. I think I'm very surprised that the whole market sentiment is changing. We are probably not going to see the same kind of hype and happiness that we used to experience in the beginning of the first 3 months back in 2017. Okay, let's see now. All right, let's check the stream. Okay, so just wanted to cover a few very quick CG strategies for the market. I think investing and trading, I think a lot of people are wondering what to do in this current market situation when you see that the only volume that is coming is from BTC. Also, I think a lot of people are still wondering whether they should be investing in ICOs, whether should they even be investing at all in this space. So I'll be covering all of that in this very quick video. So BTC, we can safely say that is kind of hovering around the 11,500 mark, right? It doesn't seem to want to break 12,000, and in terms of the overall dominance, it is seemingly picking up. So what I would strongly suggest is that we focus on making sure that the market is overall the market is still soft, guys. Okay, we want to make sure that if you want to be invested in a cryptocurrency, you have to be able to get in and you also have to get out. So right now, I would say if you want to trade BTC, right, we can safely say that there's a good range between anywhere from 10,000 to 11,000. Then, of course, very conservatively, we can look at the $9,000 mark. But that being said, it doesn't give us much room to work with. You're looking at anywhere from a 10 to 15% upside, right? So when you have a 10 to 15% upside, we are all wondering whether or not this market is even worth whether this market is still worth being excited about. There's not much of that happening at the moment. I just find that the overall sentiment has died down. Also, when you talk about ICOs are really soft. And why is there no one chatting? Let me see. All messages are visible. Okay. Can some of you guys even say hi? Wonder whether where is the chat, man? Test. Oh, no wonder, right? Right. Wow. So the live chat was disabled, right? Sorry about that. So guys, sorry, the live chat was disabled because we had a webinar the night before, and now the live chat is up and running. So feel free to put in your questions and concerns. Yeah. So sorry about that. Yes. So as I was saying, right, we are in this market that the overall volume is very soft. we hope to at least educate the people about what to do in this market. So I'm going to be focusing on purely BTC USD trading from today onwards until the market is safe. Now, if everyone else is to invest in any other kind of ICO or cryptocurrency, I think we can safely say that you might potentially get stuck. Then of course there are the people who think that the other small caps are going to move. That can be done because those are coordinated pump and dumps. Feel free to of course explore those groups. Like I said, if you are new to this space, pump and dump groups usually will eventually lose you money, right? Unless you are one of the people who organize the pump and dumps, then it's a different story. But then again, I would strongly advise the public to avoid pump and dumps because those are more or less manipulated markets. They are run by groups of basically internet marketers, groups or syndicates, basically not necessarily internet marketers, but most of the old school guys are in the pump and dump groups, right? They fabricate news and of course they fabricate movement in the market. So I would strongly suggest not doing that. Alternatively, I would say that stick to the strong, safe ones. Now we're going to look through a few charts to see what's up. Okay, so as you can see, BTC at least has kind of some movement, but still lacking in volume. So right now, I would safely say that if you had bought in when we gave the call at around 8,000, taking profit around now would be good, right? And keeping it in cash. I look at the volume, guys. It's really pathetic. We're looking at the 1-day candles, by the way. Okay, we're looking at the 1-day candles, by the way. And just look at the daily volume. Look at it. This is BTC we're talking about here, okay? And this is on Binance, right? Very, very bad, very, very slow, very pathetic. So I think we have to kind of understand one thing, that we are now in a month of lull, Last year, back in 2017, I still remember everything was heating up. That was the very beginning of the altcoin cryptocurrency bull run. Everyone was talking about cryptocurrencies. Like everyone started getting interested, and everyone was throwing money into this space. And now suddenly you see like the whole market is just quiet. And people are starting to either they start focusing on other things, which is good, right? I think it's great because right now crypto is one supplement to helping you get more liquidity, right? Or at least more wealth. But there are other things to look at. There's actually the stock markets. There are also other investments out there. Like for example, you can do like say fractionalized property investments and whatnot. But people seem to be only invested in cryptocurrencies, which is okay, I guess, But I think now we're gonna have a whole shift. And because of all the regulations, every country just kind of managing their own citizens. You're not allowing foreign money coming in randomly. Yeah, I think we're having that. So if the Japanese markets are not accepting much of foreign money, and of course you have the Korean markets already not allowing foreign money into the markets, every market will have to kind of wonder where should we go. Where should we go? And all the ICOs, they used to be raising like 30, 50, 100 mil. They can no longer raise that kind of money because the sentiment is just so bad. And honestly, I don't think that when they say that they raised that much money, they obviously did not. But they kind of have to still look good, and they say that they're fully subscribed so that when they go to the crowd sale, there can be still interest to kind of like, whatever that flows in, right? Whatever that flows in, whatever they can get. Because who is to validate where the addresses are going to these days, right? Because the addresses, if you notice that if you email them, they're giving you a new address. So you don't really know exactly where the money is going. It's not like in the past where there's this so-called whitelist central address, right? Where you can see all the money, all the Ether, all the BTC that goes to one consolidated address. It's no longer like that, right? So you can't really validate whether this particular ICO really did raise this amount of money. So you don't know, right? But from a marketing perspective, they are saying we did very well, we are oversubscribed, blah blah blah. But in actual fact, they have to settle with way less, and that is kind of what I am kind of happy about, because at least I know that these projects are not gonna get as much money as they are supposed to get, and then from then they are able to kind of work really hard to deliver. Because guys, let's just say you raise 1-2 million as a startup. That is a lot of money already. Okay, think of it this way. Even if you were saying that you're going to hire, a team of developers and whatnot, how many developers do you really need? I mean, you can just hire a team, a good small team of maybe 3 to 5 good ones. Why do you need to have a floor of 20, 30 developers? Come on, man, let's not BS each other, okay? Whatever you're trying to create is not like entirely world revolutionizing or like a big thing that you're gonna change the world or whatever. It's just a pitch, okay? So when I see all these ICOs, I really laugh, and the reason why I don't participate in many ICOs because I know that at the end of the day, they are here just for the money grab. And true enough, you guys have been on this channel long enough. You know what's a money grab and what's not already by now. Now, if you don't even know what a money grab is, that's just basically an ICO that is just pitching you a dream, and eventually they're not going to do jack about it. They're not going to build whatever they promise that they're going to build in their white paper. They're just there to fabricate it because they hired someone to write a really good white paper, and they had enough marketing money to kind of put the banners and the threads and hire the right team of people. The marketers, of course, even the CEO can be a marketer. Even the CTO sometimes can be a marketer, because you have a technical guy that kind of can talk the language, right? The tech talk. Then you have the CEO, which is usually the business guy, and they are able to kind of communicate really well about the business model. And then after that, they draw attention to the project, right? So they go around all the respective conferences. And if you guys are the kind that always been going for all these blockchain conferences, I think you can clearly agree that it has become a very it's a shill fest, right? It's a shill fest, which is fine, because investors are always looking for something new to invest in the space. But however, it has become like a shill fest because everyone is trying to just raise money. If you're not a VC, usually they don't entertain you, right? They don't spend too much time with you because they know that you're just a retail investor. There's only so much that you can do. But if you say that you're a VC, wow, they become very nice to you. They'll start talking to you they'll be like treating you like with utmost respect, right? Because at least they know that they're gonna at least get 100, 200K from you potentially, and so they will definitely be very nice to you. But other than that, if you ask, it's not like the past, guys. Let's just say if you went to a blockchain conference 2 years ago, or maybe early last year, everyone was still kind of nice. They'll entertain everybody. They'll be like telling you, they'll be sharing with you wholeheartedly about what they do, what's their product, where do they see themselves, that kind of thing. Now, very lukewarm, man. Trust me, it's not the same anymore. Anyway, okay, we want to make sure that we focus on what we can do in this market. So like I said, I would safely say that stick to BTC, guys. That is one of the best trading advices that we can give you right now, which is just to stick to BTC and US dollar trading. That means you don't care about whatever happens outside in the space, right? Because let's just say whatever pump that you were supposed to get is negligible now. You're not gonna see the neo pump of 2017 anymore, where you can like triple up 100%. It ain't gonna happen, because the control of China is no longer that strong anymore, right? As in, the influence of China is still strong, but they're working their details in that space, right? So whether or not they're gonna resurface again, I don't really know, because I think the miners have already liquidated majority of their bitcoins. It's kind of, hopefully I think they're more spread out. If you think about it, right, if Bitcoin was a decentralized currency, but China own majority of the currency, or at least the China miners own majority of the Bitcoin, that would not really be very decentralized after all, when you have 90% of the mining happening there. So if you have 90% of the mining coming from there, they would also obviously have like a good majority of those coins. So it's kind of good to gradually see that because their government kind of choked them off, right? They were forcing them out. So a lot of all these miners or anyone who started in the Bitcoin space, right? Because business people will tell other business people, hey, I'm making like shitloads of money starting a Bitcoin mine, and then they'll be like, hey, I have a lot of money too. I want to start a Bitcoin mine as well, and then everyone starts mining. And then everyone starts having a shitload of Bitcoins. But at the end of the day, they need to be able to spend it, right? So although China has a very strong economy in terms of they have the mobile apps, and they pay with digital currency, by the way, which is the Alipay and the WeChat Pay, right? But they don't necessarily like really accept Bitcoin, right? So they have all this Bitcoin that they sell to the West, right? And in the past, why was Korean exchanges charging a premium? Because the Chinese investors who have the Bitcoin will actually sell to their Korean counterparts. Obviously, they have a partner there to help them cash out. And they don't mind, right? And the Koreans were thinking, no, because we were all willing to pay high. I was like, bullshit, man. It's because China's money was going there, man. And all the Koreans were thinking, no, it's the Korean money all flowing in. Balls to you, man. Yes, you guys love Bitcoin, but it was because of China. A lot of Chinese money was going to Korean exchanges, and that is why people were willing to kind of pay a premium, because China just wants to get the money out. They didn't care about how high they were pushing the prices, man. But in the meantime, a lot of the Koreans were suffering, as in people who kind of like wanted to buy the Bitcoin, as in like the citizens were like, shit, I have to pay like 28% on top for my Bitcoin. That was like in BitHum, by the way, and this is the largest exchange. This is not like a small exchange. So this is what's been happening to the market. From an ICO perspective, I would strongly say that it will still be around, guys. For those who are still interested in ICOs will still be around. But what I'm just trying to say is that will there still be scams? Yes, for sure, more than ever, because now the quantum sizes will change. Right? Will these ICOs even have the balls to still list on Binance and Huobi? Maybe, maybe not, because if Binance is still going to maintain their 1 mil listing fee, then Binance may not get that much business, right? And then you will see all these ICOs start listing on the smaller, more fair exchanges. Now, right now, I think only Huobi is the one that kind of like has a kind of a voting system, but in a way you still can kind of manipulate it. How do I say that? So if you want your favorite cryptocurrency to be listed on Huobi, right, or Huobi, okay, you will have to kind of buy the Huobi tokens and vote. So they have the Hardex. Right? So if you want your favorite cryptocurrency to be listed on Hardex, they have to apply through the application process, and then once they are successfully picked up by the Huobi team, right? You can start voting. So you can start voting for your favorite cryptocurrency. There is no limitation to the number of times you can vote. So theoretically, right, you can kind of like buy up as much Huobi tokens, and then you can vote for yourself, right? So if you are kind of like under the radar a little bit and no one really knows who you are, you can like maybe buy like an X amount of Huobi tokens. I mean, I think as a company, I would kind of do that. I wouldn't really risk my reputation to the public unless I've done a lot of good work, right? That means I've done a lot of community development prior to me raising money. These days, guys, in 3 months, how much of a community can you really build? Have you joined those Telegram groups lately that have like 5-figure Telegram members? Yeah, that's pure BS, guys. Those are from the bounty hunters that were being hired, and majority of those numbers, hardly there's any engagement happening. And even if there is, there's always people just purely jumping in, asking for bounties, and usually they come from Bangladesh, India, all the click farm spaces. Look, I'm not despising this. It's just, I guess it's part of the business as well. It's to kind of help it's kind of like to help the ICO look good. Come on, guys. My own Telegram group took like what? Ever since I started it, like, God knows when, it's 7,000. You have cryptocurrencies that kind of popped out from nowhere, and then they have like 5 figures. We're talking about what? 50K Telegram group members at one time. Does that like kind of make sense to you? So, this is what the space is turning into, right? It's full of BS, right? And it's just a matter of whose BS is more believable than someone else's. Okay, so now let's look at other cryptocurrencies besides BTC. Let's look at Ethereum USD and see how that is going. Okay, Ethereum is very, very flat. Not much action if you look at it, right? We're looking at daily, guys, because I'm trying to find you guys as much value as possible, right? In a sense that what can we actually still do? And Ethereum, yeah, doesn't look too good as well. Volume has been extremely thin if you can look on the charts. Not fantastic. Yeah, it's really not fantastic, guys. So you have to kind of be willing to trade with either very large volumes. Okay, when I say large volume, how large are we talking about? So if you are someone who is trading anywhere from 10,000 and above, it still kind of works, right? But if you're trading something that is lesser, let's say for example, a few thousand, maybe it's not worth your while. At the moment, you would rather look into investing. That means staying invested, or in the terms of this space, we call it hodl. But hodling is now kind of like it's a very challenging thing, right? Because you do not know how long your liquidity will be stuck. And we're talking about the whole market just being flat now. Okay, honestly, the whole market is being flat. Don't look at the respective exchanges and then you see what is like popping and then you want to just quickly, desperately jump into that particular cryptocurrency. Don't do that, man. You are gambling, right? So if you really want to trade, you really want to learn, right? Start learning how to trade Bitcoin US dollar. That's all you need to do, man. Just focus and get good at that. You get good at that, you pull off, say, 3-4 trades in a month, anywhere from 5 to 10%. Let's say 5%. Okay, let's just give you the shittiest of the shit. 3 to 5%, let's say you do 3 to 5% per month, right? And you do anywhere from 3 to 4 successful trades. That works out to like 12% per month. It's not bad, guys. Okay, you must understand that this market is very, very flat now. Will it continue to be flat? No one will know, right? But it looks very, very flat at the moment. It has been kind of like that ever since before the Chinese New Year. That was back in January, where we still had that kind of so-called volatility where it was 20,000. After that, it went down, it was hovering, and then after that, it continued to tank, and here we are right now. So every cryptocurrency, I would safely say, has lost anywhere from 40 to 50% of its value in Satoshi. Now, the US dollar kind of is same old. Obviously, you're seeing Ethereum at still a high, right? It's still $845. It's not like it became $80. It's still $845. It's still okay, right? And volume is just thin, so you can't do anything about Ethereum. So next, let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin has had some action because of the LitePay, but oops. So let's go to maybe GDEX. Okay, maybe people use GDEX. Okay, so people who are maybe using GDEX, okay, GDEX fans, yeah, same old. You don't have much action going on for Litecoin as well. Let's see what kind of range can you guys really squeeze out. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So you see, guys. So you see, it's about 10% for Litecoin USD as well. See, very, very thin. You don't have much action happening overall. So you just have to kind of suck it up. It's just the way it is, right? Okay, let's see now. Right. So yeah. So okay. So right now, right? Litecoin USD is same old, very, very soft. So safe to say that if you stick to the kind of the old grades, okay, we can safely say that 5 to 10%. Okay, now as for investing in cryptocurrencies, if you're someone who has already tasted the altcoin space, that means you are no longer new to the space. You want to invest in altcoins. Stick to infrastructure. Stick to either strong centralized exchanges, right? How to invest in them. So I noticed that centralized exchanges kind of have their own token economy going on, token utility going on. So that means you can perhaps buy the Binance token or the Huobi token. I would only recommend these two. Don't bother about any other shit like whatever KuCoin or whatever, okay? Because those are, no, man. I wouldn't touch KuCoin, seriously. People love to touch the small shit stuff because it's easier to move, so-called, because perception-wise, it's a one-digit thing. You know, people say that, oh, because it's only X amount, it's cheaper. Enough of this shit. Okay, enough of this kind of newbie sentiment and sentences. Is really, you make yourself sound quite stupid. Okay, doesn't mean that a coin is 10 cents is cheap. Cardano is like still a few B, but it's 28 cents. It doesn't mean that it's 28 cents means it's cheap, guys. It just means that there's a lot of bloody token supply and the overall value is split amongst all the tokens. That's just what it means. If they consolidated and they did a coin burn or whatever shit, right? These days, whatever kind of marketing gimmick to kind of bring down the supply, increase the supply, adding value is still about actually having real adoption and people using it, okay? That's how you actually monetize whatever you create on the blockchain, right? If no real money is coming into the damn thing, you're just having one shit token fund another shit token, and it's shit funding shit. Shit funding shit equals to shit still. It's shit square. You get it? Okay, so at least we have kind of put that aside. So I noticed that a lot of noobs are still in the space and still coming into the space. That is okay, right? It's fine. But I think right now, as long as you start educating yourself, US dollar will only go into a few cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. That's it. There's no other cryptocurrency that can accept US dollars directly. We're not talking about US dollar Tether. We're talking about US dollars directly. Now, maybe Ripple accepts US dollar. I don't do Ripple, so I can't give you any thoughts on that. I don't even know whether is it traded XRP to US dollars. But right now, US dollar to Bitcoin, US dollar to Litecoin, and US dollar to Ethereum. That is all, right? As long as the old world money can come into the crypto world, that is the tree that you want to focus on. Simple, okay? Now, let's see now. What else can we look at? Well, okay. Trip me hard. Try not to do XRP, because XRP, if you look at the charts, right, you're gonna get stuck very, very long, my friend, because it's not meant to be for speculation. If you want to really have something that moves, look at BTC, look at Litecoin, look at Ethereum. Don't bother about XRP. Just look at the chart, man. You will know. Just because it moved recently because of the fucking Coinbase rumor for the fucking fifth time or some shit, okay? Man, that is like, that's the oldest trick in the book, man. Just see the risk. Okay, let's go to XRP, man. Let's just look at XRP. Oh, man. So it did the pump, right? Right? It did the pump. Where was the pump? Was it XRP BTC? Where is it? Yes, okay. I think it was here, right? Or was it here? Man. Yes, it's here. Okay. So this is the pump. This was the pump that occurred, which was 4th of March, right? There was this Ripple CEO and Coinbase CEO coming together in the interview, and that caused a lot of rumors, and that caused a little bit of a pump. Well, no, it's still shit, right? It's still not like $5. Yeah, so I'm just saying, man, look at all the people who kind of still got stuck, right? It's okay, because if you still believe in Ripple, you can hold on for until next year. That is how long you gotta hold it, man. Ripple is 1 year over 1 year, right? You're not gonna see any movement, much excitement, maybe a few pumps here and there, but you are not going to triple up, my friend. You have to wait 1 year. That is the timeline that you have to wait. All right. Now, what about Quantum? Okay. Quantum, on the other hand, has a lot of developments. Okay. Quantum has a lot of developments. Now, it has dropped 47% from the high. Obviously, I did cash out, guys. Okay, not a noob. Okay, I learned from my mistakes last year. Okay, and what happened was, what do you mean, Ryan? What do you mean? You mean you actually cashed out of your favorite Quantum? Of course I did. Now, what happened last year? Let me see. I was on Bittrex. Let's look at Bittrex. So, on Bittrex, okay, there was this whole, okay, so there was this large pump, and then after that there was this sell down, right? Okay, so this is what happened through the year. So that was, yes, so August was when I entered. I entered at a high. I bought, whatever, you know, throughout the whole of 2018. I bought, and after that in December, the whole quantum market like really rallied strong, right? Really rallied strong. So I did cash out a large part all at the peak, right? And then I started reaccumulating back around the middle, okay? And of course, sure, it's still starting to drop, but it's okay because a large part of my quantum stack I did cash out. I'm getting back in now, and I'm kind of happy because I'm kind of managing this part again. You can do exactly that for your cryptocurrency, but stick to the grades, guys. Stick to the solid smart contract platforms that have not only ICOs being built on them. Now, ICOs being built on them, I was having a very good conversation with Brett recently, and he did mention something that what's the point of having 30 ICOs being built on a smart contract platform? But why not just spend money on creating one really good successful game or application that the whole world can use? And that way you can truly test the network. I was like, yeah, that's actually a very good idea. It's like how CryptoKitties was created, and it kind of tested the Ethereum network, and it showed that how laggy and shitty the Ethereum network was. Yeah. So, but because no one really plays CryptoKitties anymore, and a lot of people have moved to another game. So, but what if you can kind of create a very consistent application that every day the user base was growing or at least stayed consistent, and there was a consistent transaction happening, right? So that really kind of got me thinking. And by the way, thank you so much, Brett, for helping me think on that level. So if we are to be in this space and we have these smart contract platforms, sure, we have Tron, we have Aeon, we have Dragon Chain, and all the whatever. Okay. At the end of the day, are there enough strong projects that are not here just to create a token for themselves for a illusion or a money grab, but they're actually gonna have a user database for that application? That is the key question. So if we can find projects that have that, okay, that is why, if you notice, we have NEO creating Nex. Nex is an exchange. Hopefully when they create Nex, right, there is a consistent demand, right? There's a consistent demand and transactions being processed, because if Nex is the next team, but then if is it built on the is Nex built on NEO? If, okay, I'm not familiar, but if Nex is built on NEO, then you're gonna see this decentralized smart contract come semi-centralized exchange happening, and there's gonna be this demand, right? And when there's gonna be this demand, that means there is consistent transactions happening on the network. The keyword is consistent, guys. The keyword is stability. That is what we're trying to go for, and that is why it is boring, right? So I'm still wondering what are people investing in. I mean, obviously I always know what people are investing in. You have the OST, we have the Venn chain, the V chain, and all the fuck chains, and at the end of the day, where are they now, right? They're still shit as well, because only BTC is still the king. So if you really want to make money, guys, stick to the CG strategy. And of course, last but not least, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next stream, man.